Hey beautiful soul, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me again. For those of you who have gifted me with super thanks and joined my channel's memberships, you guys are amazing. I'm truly grateful. Okay, we have justice. Someone could be in the legal profession. Seven of Cups. Two of Cups. Beautiful. King of Pentacles. Okay, what Spirit is showing me at this exact moment? Someone around you is feeling unsettled in a way they cannot explain. It's not normal nerves. It's the kind that makes them keep checking their phone, replaying old conversations, or like watching you like it's a warning sign. And here's the part that makes it almost unreal. You haven't even said a word. You haven't confronted them. You haven't accused them. You haven't revealed that you clock what's really going on. But this person, they still feel exposed for some reasons. Because on some level, they know you can see through them. Not the polished version. Not the persona. The real person underneath it all. And they are kind of rattled now because they finally understand their mouse doesn't work on you anymore. And if it ever did, this is what happens when your intuition is so consistently accurate that people start realizing you're not perceiving love the way they do. Okay, they think like they're playing a chess game with you, but you're already like tracking the next 3 moves ahead without even trying. They think they're hiding something so well, and you've been quietly aware for weeks. This whole time. They think their story is solid, but you already see through the lies, see through the bullshit before the sentence even finish leaving their mouth. Let me see more cards. For some of you, I sense this could be a divorce situation with the justice, or breakup or separation. So I sense this person is watching you, but now everything is shifting for you. This person is waiting to see what you do with what you know. They're waiting to see if you expose them or confront them. And do what you usually do. Protect yourself in silence, or let the truth speak for itself. You know, the thing about having this profound, scary intuition is you probably spend years apologizing for it. Or maybe second guessing, of even feeling guilty for noticing details about people that others may miss. Maybe you were called out for being too sensitive, too suspicious, too intense, too emotional. People try to convince you there was something wrong with you because you pick up on inconsistencies they didn't want to admit were there. You probably remember times you voiced a concern and someone just laughed at your face, dismissed you, told you like you were paranoid, or you were projecting, or you were being unfair. Yes, a burden. It's taken a toll on you, so you learn to quiet yourself. You learn to swallow your bitter truth. Yeah, the feeling even like when your whole body was screaming, something was off. Because staying silent was easier than dealing with a pushback, easier than being painted as the problem. But something is changing now, isn't it? At some point, you stop needing other people to validate what you already knew. Maybe because your intuition kept being right over and over. Maybe because trusting yourself started to feel safer than doubting yourself. You have noticed the people who mock your perception were usually the ones who benefited from you not seeing clearly. Whatever it was, you made a decision. You started listening to yourself again. Not like a quiet suggestion in the background, but like your main source of truth when it comes to people, energy, and situations. And that one major decision changed everything. Because now that you actually pay attention, the accuracy is undeniable. Not just right. Sometimes, not just, oh, you have a good judge of character. It's like you are operating from a level of clarity that feels almost supernatural to the people around you. You meet someone, and within minutes, you know what they're hiding behind a smile. You're in a conversation, and you catch a lie so subtle nobody else even registers it. You can sense betrayal before it becomes an action. You understand someone's real motivation while they're still convincing themselves they're innocent. That kind of perception, it terrifies people. Not because you choose to weaponize it, no. Not because you're cruel with it, no. But because they can feel like they can't fool you. Yeah, because you see through all their BS and their performance has no effect on you. Your storyline doesn't land. Their image doesn't hold up under your presence. And the moment someone realizes you can see through their illusion, something fundamental changes in how they interact with you. They become hyper aware of you. They monitor what they say closely. They even replay conversation or reread text, try to pinpoint what gave them away. Yes, and what's wild is it's not just one person, it spreads. Other people start noticing that you notice things. They watch how you read a room. They pay attention to your reactions, your facial expression, because your track record speaks for itself. And the person who feels exposed, they can see that shift too, okay? They can feel people trusting your judgment. They can feel their control slipping. They can feel the power dynamic changing because someone in the room can see who they really are. And they think about the last time you got that intuitive hit about someone. That moment when something didn't add up. Their story had a gap. Their energy didn't match their words. You didn't think it first, you felt it. Even though you may not have proof, there's this constant naggy feeling in your chest, or your stomach drop, or some kind of heaviness that show up out of nowhere. And because you're thoughtful, you probably try to talk yourself out of it, because truth makes people uncomfortable. So you gave them the benefit of the doubt. You told yourself, maybe I'm too sensitive, or you're overreacting. You wondered if you were being unfair. Most people do that, like benefit of the doubt, Or when intuition clashes with a convincing story, they assume their intuition is the glitch, not the story. But you have learned through your experience. When your body flags something, there's always something real underneath it. Your nervous system isn't randomly dramatic. It's collecting information your conscious mind isn't even tracking. A micro expression, a shift in a tone, a contradiction, a pattern you've seen before, a moment that feels fine to everyone else but wrong to you. Your subconscious puts it together and it reaches a conclusion, and that conclusion is usually terrifyingly accurate. You know, the hardest part for the person you read correctly is they don't know what tipped you off. They can't find the moment they lost to you. They can't identify which part of their story didn't land with you. They just know you're not buying it anymore. And because they don't know why, they cannot fix it. They cannot adjust. They cannot patch the narrative. All they can do is watch you move through the world with the truth in your pocket and hope you keep quiet. So trust yourself. Yes. People are starting to recognize you operate on a different frequency. Like you can see in a spectrum they don't even know exists. You're picking up on this like details or information they cannot access. And the unsettling part for them is they don't understand how you do it. It's getting under their skin because they cannot replicate it. They cannot block it. They can only like feel it. And what's really shaking them is you're not even trying. You're not obsessing. You're not hunting for motives. You're just existing. And in that calm, you naturally notice what other people miss. Someone says something that sounds harmless to everyone else, and you hear the manipulation hidden inside it. You catch the fear underneath the confidence. You see the insecurity dressed up like authority. Not because you're looking for it, because your perception is calibrated differently. And as your intuition keeps being validated, you develop a quiet confidence that can't be talked out of you. It's not arrogance, it's certainty. The kind that comes from trusting your own reality. So now you're harder to be gaslighted because you have this internal compass. You're less likely to accept a false narrative because you can feel the truth being bent. You're less likely to stay close to people who were like not real because you notice the absence of authenticity instantly. Yes. The person who's nervous around you, they are dealing with something they are not used to. Most people accept what they are told if it's delivered confidently. Most people want to believe the story. Most people don't have whatever intuition or clarity to say, okay, that's not what's happening here, but you do. They can feel it. So now they face a choice. They can keep performing, which is exhausting and falling anyway, or accept that you see them and change their patterns or behavior. And as more people realize your intuition is so accurate, something else happens. People become more honest around you. Not because you demand it, because lying to you feels pointless. Why build a story for someone who can see through it? Some people will respect your clarity. Some people will get uncomfortable and they will stay away or drift apart. But almost everyone will take you more seriously because you keep being right. And you've probably noticed your life is getting cleaner since you stop ignoring yourself. The right people stand out, or they stay. The wrong situation reveal themselves faster. The truth becomes easier to spot, And because you're making a decision based on reality instead of illusion, everything starts working better. Less drama, because you're not getting close to hidden agendas. More peace, because you're not constantly doubting your own perception. And more real people, real relationship, because you're not feeding connection built on performance. Think about someone you had a strong intuitive read on, and later it was validated. You probably felt vindicated and uncomfortable at the same time. That makes it so normal, because part of you wonders if you should have spoken up sooner. But the truth is, staying quiet was often you protecting yourself. You were gathering information. You were watching patterns. You were making sure you weren't being pulled into someone else's confusions. By the time it became obvious, you had already adjusted. Now imagine a person whose truth you saw before they were ready. Imagine how it feels to know someone can read you that clearly. That's what makes them restless. That's what keeps them checking their phone. That's what makes them wonder how much you know. Because they understand the game is over, at least with you. And all they can do is hope you're kind enough to just walk away quietly, hoping you won't expose them. Hope you just, try to get on going on yourself. Yes. Hope you just remove yourself without making it public. And honestly, that's probably what you do. Because people with accurate intuition are often deeply empathetic. You understand why masks exist. You understand that people are hiding some kind of pain, shame, fear, insecurity. You're not trying to ruin anyone. You're not even trying to prove you're right. You're just trying to stay safe, live in the truth, or surround yourself with the right people. Yes, I see you quietly distance yourself. You won't announce it. You won't make it dramatic. You just become less available, less invested, less reachable, and they'll feel it. They'll feel you pulling away. And deep down, they really know exactly why. Because deep down, they know you know. And if they want the relationship back, they have to stop performing, faking. They have to become authentic. They have to actually be the person they have been pretending to be. There's the power of scary, accurate intuition. You don't have to expose anyone. You don't have to confront them with the truth. Just by seeing clearly and refusing to accept illusions, you change the dynamic. You create pressure for honesty. You make it harder for people to lie to themselves in your presence. So remember this. As you move through life with this level of perception, you're not too sensitive, you're not too suspicious, you're not broken, you're very aware. And the people who get nervous around you aren't reacting to your aggression. They're reacting to your clarity. They're reacting to the fact that you don't fall for the performance. Your intuition is not a flaw, it's a gift. And when you finally treat it like one, your whole life gets cleaner, quieter, and impossible to manipulate. Let me get some initials. So you may see your own initials or the person's initial. This could be significant number in your life. Could be birth date. I'm seeing 111. Six or 9. Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer, Aquarius, Aries, E 4, 5, 9 or 6. This could be I 7. Sorry, I'll pull. Taurus, Pisces. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this reading resonates. Let me know. And also check out my other channels. Remember to subscribe. And also, thank you for watching. Love and light to you.